So good morning,
Yeah, ma'am,
everyone.
carry on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Siddhi ma'am. Yeah. So this is the time of new session, and we are hosting in this session. So I really thankful you. We should participate and take this activity because new session and using reading activities is very necessary on our daily basis. So I hope you add your name on the websites and you all are ready with your article. So all the best. So now I'm starting this session. So Arvind sir,
Yes, ma'am.
hello.
Yes, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
call for first participant, Siddhi ma'am.
Yeah. You are not audible. Hello.
Hello Siddhi ma'am.
Yes.
Are you ready with your article, Siddhi ma'am?
Yes, I'm ready. But first participant is I think
JM.
no, to me. Okay, yeah, my account. Sorry, I forget. Yes, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah, you
audible.
can start. Yeah. You are completely audible ma'am. You can proceed.
The voice is not audible. I think.
No, you are
Arvind sir.
perfectly audible, Siddhi ma'am. You are perfectly audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay. Anybody want to
Yeah.
read the article? So you can read with me.
Yeah. I'm ready,
My
Siddhi
article
ma'am.
number is a 20. Okay, sir. Yes. Post Diwali from challenges. Still last year, rent food inflation was a top priority, but now with a guilt situation and most crops selling well below minimum support prices, the focus may shift from the consumer to farmer. Yeah. Retail food inflation. Amit, please mute yourself. Yeah. Retail food inflation has been in a negative territory for the last 4 consecutive months, ending September 2020. That's as against an average 8.5% annual rise in the Consumer Food Price Index during the 18 months from July 2023 to December 2024. The softening has to do with the easing of supply pressures thanks to back-to-back good monsoons after an El Niño induced prolonged periods of dry weather and above normal temperature in 2023-24, and overall feed price estimates in agriculture commodities create the supply The supply turnaround is particularly evident in cereals. Table also with stocks in government godowns on October 1 8 320.3 lakh tonnes to be the highest in 4 years and over 1.5 times the required minimum buffer for this data. The real glitch, however, is rice, where government agencies are not only holding an unprecedented level of stocks. These are also 4.4 times what is necessary to meet the needs for the public distribution system plus a strategic reserve for emergencies. The oversupply is said to intensify as the harvesting and marketing of the new crop, which has started from October. Pickup past Diwali, India farmers have planted a record for 44.2 million hectares area under rice. Their Kharif and Kharif monsoon season up from last year, 43.6 million hectares. The jump has been even 8.4 million hectares in 9.5 million hectares for my. No, nothing is the a static feed grain well as sling in a started such a a state such as a Kamtika and Haryana Haryana at around rupees 2000 to 2,100 per quintal from rupees 2,200 rupees to 2,300 year ago, and their government minimum support price MSP of rupees 2,400. The case of soybean is a illustrative example of a crop exhibiting varying price sentiments despite not good production. Uh, Union Agriculture Ministry, the area so under soybean this year in 12 million hectare, down from 13 million hectare in 2024. The Coalition of India has estimated the output of the leguminous oilseed at a 5 year low of 105.4 IT. It was 135.8 in 2024. Thus, 16.3% drop is being attributed to a decline in aggregates as well as yielded from an average of 1,060 kg to 920 kg per hectare. That has in turn been blamed on excessive rainfall, causing waterlogging and crop damage, resulting in a smaller size of grains and yield loss. The crop has also been impacted by yellow mosaic virus, and antennal black fungal diseases attacks in many areas. table shows the closing stocks of uh, soybean in 2024-25 at a 4.78 to be significantly preceding their marketing years October-September. The low opening stocks coupled with a superb 2025 crop should ordinarily contributed to tight supply situation and bullish prices. But far from bullish, soybean is selling in master Lutheran market at about rupees 4,100 per quintal against rupees 4,300 last year at this time. The ruling volatility price is moreover well below not just this year MSP rupees 5,328 per quintal, but even rupees 4,892 declared from the 2024 crop. Why are soybean price low? The answer is systemic, which is weak globally on account of bumper harvests in the three major producing countries, Brazil, United States, and that is reflected in export price. Soybean meal deliberated at India ports falling from an average of 409 per dollar ton in September 2024 to $398 in September 2025 in quantity tremors to exports depended from 9.1 in April September 2024 to
Siddhi, ma'am.
8.4 in
Yeah. Can I read after that?
yes sir only two word April September 2025 sir. Now you can.
Okay, thank you. 1 ton of soybean yields roughly 175 kg, 17.5% of oil and 820 kg, 82% of meal. The latter is basically the residual protein-rich cake after oil extraction. While soybean oil is sold in the domestic market, the meal is both exported and consumed within the country, largely for use as a poultry and cattle feed ingredient. In the 2024-25 marketing year, soybean meal exports amounted to 19.5 liter, with domestic feed and food consumption estimated at 62 liter and 8 liter respectively. Soybean processors are realizing rupees 31.5 or so per kg from meal and rupees 118 per kg from oil. That translates into a gross realization of rupees 46,480 rupees from processing 1 ton of the bean. Deducting rupees 2,000 of processing costs towards hexane, chemical solvent, fuel, electricity, labor, and fixed overheads, and another rupees 2,000 of transport cum market expenses including mandi fees and labor charges, middleman commission, and bagging, the maximum price payable to farmers would be 42,450 rupees per ton. That is the close to the 4,100 to 4,200 rate prevailing in Latur or Madhya Pradesh Divas Mandi. We processors don't decide the price that farmers get. The soybean price is decided by the realizations from oil and meal. We simply pay the price, said Dian Pathak, Executive Director of SOPA. Sluggish exports apart, soybean meal prices are also under pressure from the increased supplies of the so-called DDGS, distillers dried grains with solubles. This fermented mass, a byproduct of ethanol manufactured by maize and rice grain-based distilleries, contains protein, making it an alternative livestock feed ingredient. Distilleries are selling DDGS from maize and rice at rupees 15 to 17 per kg, given the rupees 31.5 per kg price for soybean meal. It is not surprising that the domestic consumption of the latter for feed has come down from 67 liter in 2022-23 and 66 liter in 2023-24 to 62 liter it in 2024-25. The post-Diwali challenge. Through the second half of 2023 and the whole of 2024, the Narendra Modi-led government struggled to contain food inflation that was eating into the purchasing power of households. With that battle decisively won, the shoe is on the other foot. As farmers, not consumers, that are at the receiving end now. Almost all crops, whether maize, soybean, and cotton, or bajra, pearl millet, arahar, pigeon pea, and moong, green gram, are selling way below their MSPs. The sentiment is overwhelmingly bearish, even as benefits of recharged groundwater aquifers and filled reservoirs from the surplus monsoon rain are likely to extend to the ensuing Rabi winter-spring cropping season as well. The coming months could see a shift in the government's policy focus from an excessively pro-consumer approach to one that is more pro-farmer. These may take the form of restoring import duties on cotton and yellow-white peas, besides stepping us MSP procurement of pulses and oilseeds under its price support scheme. Thank you. I completed. Siddhi, can you summarize it?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So this article is talk about how food inflation was a big concern last year, but now with a glut in crops and prices selling below minimum support price means MSP, the focus might shift from consumers to farmers. So, cruel, cute, which stocks are high in government godowns, uh, 320.3 lakh tonnes in October 24. Rice is also seeing guilt. So and soybean situation, soybeans price are low due to bumper harvests globally, and exports are struggling, and prices of soybean meal are under pressure. Then post-Diwali challenges, farmers aren't getting good prices from crops like soybean, maize, and pulses. So the government make might need to shift focus from pro-consumer to pro-farmer policies. So that's about all this article.
Yeah. Thank you, Siddhi ma'am. Thank you, Aryan sir. You are continuing this article energetically. It was awesome. Yeah, this article is related to farm and farmer, and government is conscious about crops and how can the farmer faces lots of issues related to farming, fields and crops, and if you give a proper price according to their farming, so it is good for not only for farmers, it is also beneficial of our nation. So this is a very important news. So thank you so much for this article. So Arvind sir, you want to add something in this article?
Yeah, I would like to say something about. Yeah, I would like to say because farmers are still not getting the MS. They are getting MSP, but you know, but they are always losing what they are using in their fields. How much money they are spending, like no, so they are not able to getting the more profit what they should get. So that's why really a challenge for farmers is really a challenge. Uh, it's this article is about the farmers challenge. They are saying that it's not about the consumer, it's about the farmers, because farmers are doing their hard work, but they are not getting the government is giving them the MSPs at the MSPs price. Government giving, but they are still. Sometimes you must have seen that farmers throw the tomatoes, farmers throws the potatoes outside the on the roads. So because of the low price, they are not getting the actual value. So really is not good for us, because we are in our India, most 70% of the people living in the village area, they are farming. They are using. They are doing work for us. Like what who are living in the city areas, they are we all are eating because of the farmers. So farmers are very important for us. We should take care of farmers and everything what they are used to do in the fields, and how much hard work they are doing. They should get uh, all the prices that they really they are suited for. Like, okay, I would like to okay. So that's all about that I was thinking about. But I want to give some feedback about the summary feedback about the Siddhi ma'am. Siddhi ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Siddhi ma'am, it's a second column. Are you reaching there? See in the article number,
Just
this
checking.
article, same article, second column, and that is the 16.3 drop. Are you looking? 16.3 drop. Okay.
Sir, could you repeat again?
In second column, the 16.3 drop is being that is second para in second column. Are you able to see? Okay, leave it. Leave it. I will tell you later. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
just
yes. The
yeah,
16.3 drop.
yeah. Can you read this para again? I want to give you some feedback.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
The six. Yeah, sir.
yeah.
Sure.
Please read.
Okay. Sir, can I read?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
The 60.3 drop is being attributed to a decline in arrays as well as yield from an
Yes, stop,
average
stop,
of
stop. Please stop, please stop.
1,000. Yes.
Please stop, please stop.
Yes.
Okay, in these two lines, you have done four mistake. Like, okay, so I want to just focus it. Okay, 16.3. You said I think 60, right? It means you are not seeing it properly. Okay, no problem at all. It may be possible it is not visible for you. Okay, and second thing is the D-line. You said D-line, right? It is not D-line. It is decline, right? Siddhi ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So try to focus on the words. What is written there? Okay, because I have seen you
Decline.
today. You are doing more mistakes while reading the newspaper. I have seen today. So that's why I'm saying. Okay. So and one other word that is acries. I also don't know the correct pronunciation, but you said it wrongly, very wrongly. Okay. Acries, right? Okay, so
Yes.
try to read the article in a slow speed, in a correct way. What is written, at least what is written there, you try to read that word in that way. Okay, that's all about. Thank you, Jyotsana ma'am, for giving me
Yes,
an
sir.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sherry, for your valuable feedback. Thank you, Siddhi ma'am, for taking part in this session.
Yeah, thank you so much, Arvind sir, for feedback. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So next, yes. So next person is Mr. Jayan. Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Speaking.
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am
So
reading
you can
article
start.
22, ma'am.
22.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. Yeah. Now you can start.
Yeah, 1 minute. Today I am, first of all of you, good morning. Today I am reading article 22. Yeah. Signs of improvement in demand in September. US tariff not a major growth concern. Domestic demand showed signs of improvement in September, according to the Reserve Bank of India latest State of the Economic article, which also said that US tariff on India's exports do not pose a major concern for the overall growth. Rural demand remained strong, as evidenced by the pickup in growth of two-wheeler and automobile sales, on the back of good monsoon and robust agricultural activity. Urban demand showed some signs of revival, with passenger vehicle sales recording their highest growth in 6 months. The RBI article released late Monday in the central bank's Monday bulletin said, according to from the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, two and three-wheeler sales rose 6.7% year on year and 5.5% in September, respectively, while passenger sales were up 4.4%. Meanwhile, Tractor and Mechanization Association data showed tractor sales were up 42.9%. On the whole, the RBI article said high frequency data for September was robust, with GST e-way bill generation at a record high. Business stocked up, added up
a third of the festival season, with the government cuts and service tax cuts which came into effect on September 22 aided demand. Average digital daily payments value in September witnessed the sharpest month uptick in 2025-2026 so far. This could possibly reflect a significant pickup in festival season demand, aided by the GST rate reduction and offers on e-commerce platforms. The article said. The comments by the RBI economists, the views expressed in the aforementioned article are those of the authors and don't represent the views of the central bank. Come after senior union ministers on Saturday made note of the same, saying that a sharp jump in sales, especially of electronics and consumer goods, and reduced prices of key daily use items may provide a significant boost to consumption and even reflect in the GDP numbers for the current fiscal. At a joint conference named GST Budget Ustava, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Commerce and Industry Minister B.S. Koil, and Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said the benefits of GST rate cuts are reaching household and gave lead to consumers, increasing their purchase. This, in turn, will drive investments. India posted a GDP growth rate of 7.8% in April to June, the highest in first 5 quarters. Data for July to September, which will be released at the end of the November, is expected to show a moderation to 7%. According to the RBI official forecast, no major tariff risk. On the trade front, the RBI article reiterated that the Indian economy reliance on domestic source of demand meant the high US tariff of 50% on Indian exports do not pose a major concern for the overall growth. Despite turbulence in the external sector, India's merchandise trade during H1 2025-2026 remained resilient. During H1, the merchandise trade deficit was higher than that of last year, primarily driven by oil and electronic goods exports to the US, which had been beyond up to August, contracted thereafter, partly reflected the impact of the 50% tariff, the article said. As per the Commerce Ministry data released last week, India's merchandise exports were up 7% in September and 3% in April to September. The merchandise trade deficit last month was at a 30-month high of 32.1 billion. However, despite relatively lower risk faced by India from the tariff war, the RBI article warned that economic resilience is a key priority given the uncertainties from the global economy and policies. While the Indian economy is not immune to global headwinds, it has so far exhibited resilience, driven by focus on strong and durable microeconomic fundamentals, including low inflation, robust balance sheets of banks and corporates, adequate foreign exchange reserves, and a credible monetary and fiscal framework. I call a small summary. This article tells us Indian export not concerned on demand in September. Actually, this article, August month US tariff in India, 50% in US. This is a major issue. But September month, this is a code signal, not affected the economy. Recently, RBI data released in September month in India's sale of Indian automobile manufacturing. This sale up to two-wheeler, four-wheeler, two-wheeler, three-wheeler rise to 6.7% in September. And this is behind GST rate cuts in September 2022. Continue on the festival session in GST cut benefit per major in people and no affected the economy on trade deficit. In US on the 50% of tariff not affected the trade. This is a strong in India and the GST rate cut US Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and the BS Koil and the Information Broadcaster Ashwini Vaishnav. This is a milestone of the Indian economy in GST cut. And yeah, I got that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you pronounce SIGNS once again? SIGNS, this word. Hello, Jayam.
Tell me, essay.
SIGNS.
Yes. Science.
Science. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, thank you for sharing and for reading this article. Yeah, I would like to request to Arvind sir, please provide your precious feedback to JM.
Yes, ma'am. GM is a regular reader, and yeah, really he is doing great and is improving himself. Just I want to explain something about GM. GM, while reading the article or reading the newspaper, you must take care of just full stop and commas. Okay. Otherwise, everything is perfect. Okay, you are reading in a good way, but it is looking like sometimes it looking like that you are there is a one sentence. Okay, but just I'm giving an example. Okay, from starting. So just like domestic demand showed signs of improvement in September. Okay, so you read like this. Okay, you read like this. Domestic demand showed signs of improvement in September, according to, just like that. Okay, you just take 2 or 3 words at a time, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a that is a there should be a flow. Okay, because it's a sentence, and if you have if you take care of the flow, then some emotion will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so rest is okay. Thank you for giving me opportunity, Jyotsana. Over to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for a very
Thank you so much.
lecture.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Arvind sir and JM.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yes. So next person is Aman. Aman, are you there? Okay, he's not there. So, yeah. So next,
Speaker is on. I think his voice is not coming.
Yeah.
I'm
Aman, are you
audible?
there? Yeah, you are audible.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Aman. Good morning.
Please.
Hello. Hello, Aman.
I'm trying to on my
and speak my article.
Hello, are you ready with your article? Aman? Hello?
I think some network glitches, that's why. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next time you call. Okay. Aman, rejoin it or
Shall I wait for Aman?
I think yes. Now we are getting late. Okay. Okay, you call
Okay.
next time. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So next person is S. Sani. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah. So what is your article number, sir?
Article number 25.
25.
25.
Okay.
25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, good morning, everyone. I am reading article number 25. A Commission of Omissions. National Commission for Minorities with the limited power has bravely served those for whom it was set up. Written by Tahir Mahmood. Currently, the National Commission for Minorities has no chairman or members. There have also been whispers regarding to uncertain future. The Delhi High Court, while hearing a public interest litigation, appealed for direction to reconstitute the commission, has recently sought the response of union government, but those the absence of this body for too long really have an adverse impact on the life and rights of the minorities. There are several national commissions in the country. All of them are supposed to be watchdogs to oversee adherence to the provisions of the commission relating to civil rights and liberties of various sections of society. The Minorities Commission was first set up in 1978 under a Minister of Home Affairs resolution. 5 months later, a similar body named the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Commission was formed. Both were set up by a coalition government headed by Moraji Desai and were slated to be given constitutional status. Some coalition partners were, however, not in its favor. The opposition parties of the time, including the Congress, were not happy with the setting up of the Minorities Commission. On returning to power in 1981, the Congress reconciled with the existence of Minorities Commission, but remained averse to giving it any space in the Constitution. A former Chief Justice of India, Mirza Hamidullah Beg, was appointed its chairman and retained the position till 1988. A second attempt to include the two commissions in the constitution was made in 1990 by another coalition government headed by BP Singh. A constitution, amendment bill was moved in parliament but remained in abeyance due to the lack of required political support. After coming back to power, the Congress government amended the bill to exclude from it the Minorities Commission and restricted its provision to SC/ST Commission. The bill was passed without any hindrance. Constitutionally, the Minorities Commission remained a non-statutory body for 14 years after its initial establishment. However, in 1992, the Congress government led by Narasimha Rao at least placed it under a parliamentary charter, renaming it as the National Commission for Minorities and enabling to exercise some powers of civil courts specified in the Act. While enacting the National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, the new Congress government passed another law to set up a National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) to counter the false and politically motivated propaganda by foreign and Indian civil rights agencies. Regarding increasing violations of human rights in country, it comes into existence through an ordinance which was later retrospectively replaced by the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. Under this act, chairpersons of the three pre-existing National Commission, those for minorities, SC/STs and women, were to be ex officio members of NHRC. The first statutory Minorities Commission was headed by former Andhra Pradesh High Court Judge Muhammad Sardar Ali Khan, and the second was me. Both of us focused our attention on the educational and cultural rights of the minorities established in Article 29 and 30 of the Constitution, which were being flagrantly violated across the country. We did the most we could do to provide relief using the limited civil court powers available to us. I was succeeded as the NCM chairman by a former judge of the Delhi High Court, Muhammad Sameem, since he demitted office in 2003. The commission has been in the hands of persons who were not from the legal fraternity. In 2004, the Congress government set up a separate National Commission for Minority Educational Institution, NCMEI. The NCM chair was vacant and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh wanted me to take it up once again. But as not much was not now left for the NCM to do for the minorities, I showed no interest. Simultaneously, the ruling party planned to constitute a temporary commission to suggest criteria for identification of socially and economically backward section among religious and linguistic minorities and suggest necessary constitutional, legal, and administrative modalities required for implementing its recommendations. A former Chief Justice of India, Rangnathan Mishra, was to chair this body. Asked by the PM, I joined it as its law member and played a major role in completing its assignment. The commission became functional in 2005 and soon submitted its report, on which the government, however, took no action at all till it lost power in 2014. None of None of the so-called National Commission has ever joined autonomy in fulfilling its statutory obligations. None of them, even after long years, has brought any revolution in the lives of those for whom it had been created. At least the NCM, with its huge annual budget, in an easy, avoidable burden on the taxpayers' hard-earned money. Its history of 47 years shows that whatever little the minorities of country can expect in terms of the constitutional provisions for their rights and equal citizens of the country can never be secured through intervention by the toothless tiger called the NCM. So, if it is thrown into the dustbin of the history, it will be worthless to shed tears on its unceremonious exit from the national scene. So I have completed my reading parts. I tried to summarize. This articles all about the NCM, history of the NCM, and in the last of this article, author says that it is a useless. Because he have no power. NCM is the Minority Commission, and it is set up earlier in 1978, and earlier it was under the Home Affairs Ministry, and it was set up by the Moraji Desai. When the Moraji Desai was set up, so many oppositions party they just they are not favor on this minorities commission, National Commission for the Minorities, and 6 months later another commission, SC and ST commissions, they formed. So we can say in National Commission of Minorities, established in 1978, and on that times the in 1981, Mirza Hamidullah Beg, first chairpersons who elected to the first chairpersons, and they worked on the 1948. And in 1992, National Commissions, they have to some power of the civil rights, civil courts rights, and they have to in 1981 they have to go to some statutory separate body, but in 1992 there is the another commissions comes regarding to the National Human Rights Commission. National Human Rights Commissions, they protect the rights of the we can say protection for the human rights and for minorities, communities, SC, ST, and backward and women. For that, the author says that in this commissions in last 14 years they are suffering from many lack of there is no chairpersons and the governments, because the governments have also creates another NHRC, National Human Rights Commission. That's why the value of the NCM, National Commissions of Minorities, they have lose their value, and the government is also not supporting to. When I was in the power, I just focus on the its constitutional law as like the Article 20 and 29 and 30. 29 and 30 is the special articles who provides the security for the minorities, and they can open their institutional educational institutions according to the Article 30. And they says that in the last 2004 there is the some firstly in the former High Court Judge Muhammad Sardar Ali Khan, there that was the also chairpersons, but in the last 2004 there is no any the seat of the NCB chairpersons is vacant. The governments don't want to fill, and some of the persons who is not belong to the minority community, they also elected to the chairpersons. He shows that always NCM he was always suffering from some autonomy. He have just government have just set up this commission, but really he have not in power, and government did not provide all power, and he always as like not valuable, and now there is no value, and some of the needed that commissions is find difficult to providing the profit the needed person, and we can say that which objects in the earlier when he is set up, he is not fulfill the object of their when he have to set up this commission was the setup. So he says, author says in the last that there is no need of this type of commissions who have no power, and now in the present the commissions have not providing to needed persons. So that's why we should be throw in the dustbin in this commission. So that's all about in this article, and this articles is we can say the negative, not negatives, and we can say the chairpersons he is sharing their thoughts regarding NCM. So that's all about from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saini. You are a regular reader. Yeah, this article is so long, and you read this article calmly, and you also articulate this patiently and expressively. So it is awesome. So thank you for joining. So I would like to request to Arvind sir, please provide your valuable feedback to Mr. Saini.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jyotsana ma'am. Yeah, if you talk about the Chinese reading, yeah, reading power is great, and explaining power is very great. He is a very good explainer. I know very well. He can explain the article, double of it. We know the summary is approximately 1/4 of the total article, but he has more power to explain, so that's why he is not able to control. So if I talk about the reading power, yeah, so great. Everything is up to the mark about the Sani. So there is no negative feedback, I would say. So keep coming, keep enhancing, Sani, because of you, more person are motivating to read the article, okay, and also learning more things about explaining. Yeah, thank you so much.
Sir, thank you for your valuable feedback. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sani. Yeah. So next person is Shikha ma'am.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I want to read article number 6.
Okay. Yeah. Now you can start.
Okay. Thank you. Core sector Cross-sector growth slows to 3-month low of 3% in September. Slowdown driven by fuel-related sectors, coal, crude oil, natural gas, and refinery products. Steel was the only one of 8 core sectors that saw growth quicken in September to 14.1%. The Hindu Bureau from New Delhi. Growth in activity in the 8 core sectors of economy slowed to a 3-month low of 3% in September, dragged down by contraction in the coal, crude oil, natural gas, and refinery products, as well as a relatively sharp slowdown in fertilizer. Official data showed the data in the index of 8 core industries released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry shows the index performance in September was faster than a year earlier, but slowest since this June. Fuel-related factors. The slower growth was driven by fuel-related sectors, coal, crude oil, natural gas, and refinery products. The coal sector contracted 1.19 compared with 2.6% growth a year earlier and a 11.4% growth in August. Crude oil sector contracted 1.25% from a contraction of 3.9 in September last year. Notably, the crude oil sector had grown 2.4 in August, the first month of growth in 8 months. The natural gas sector witnessed the largest contraction. Sorry, 1 minute. I have to take. Last minute. Ask it. Sorry. So I am going to, that is the coal sector, that is 2.4% in August, the first month of growth in 8 months. The natural gas sector witnessed the largest contraction of 3.8% in September. The sector contracted for 15 consecutive months, data showed, likely due to the side in the crude oil sector. Refinery products contracted by the 3.6 this September compared with a 5.8% growth a year earlier. Fertilizers slowed down. The fertilizer section saw growth slowing to 1.6% in September compared with 1.9% a year earlier and 4.6% in August 2025. The cement sector too saw growth slowing to 5.3% in September from 7.6% a year earlier. Growth in the electricity sector slowed to 2.1% in September faster than the 0.5% seen in September 2024, but slower than the 4.1% in August this year. The steel sector was the only one of the 8 growth sectors that saw growth quicken in September to 14.1% to 1 from 1.8% in September last year and 13.6% in August 2025. That's about the article, that is the statistics of rate of growth. But I am now going to summarize it. That is, it is tell about the growth mainly in fuel-related sector and growth in activity, that is 8 growth sectors of the economy slowed to a 3% in September, and that is in crude oil, natural gas, coal, and refinery products as well as. But in this regard, a fertilizer also showing slowdown in this regard. And that is this data also announced by the that is the Ministry of Commerce and Industries. And in this regard, there is a great it is a detailed that is slowdown rate in percentage that's been given. I already read in this part, but I want to say that is on that is steel sector. Only the steel sector is growing high. That is a 14.1% from 1.8% in September last year, and in August it was 13.6%. That is a great growth for the steel. And this is that is the fuel sector. It is slow down. What is the reason behind it? I think that is India was buying that is crude oil from Russia, and it is also going on. But now, and he also refined it in India and also sell other countries in cheap price because it is free trading. It was free trading, so every country was interested to buy it. And in this way, that is the growth rate was very high. But now what has slowed down because Trump already announced that India to stop buying crude oil from Russia, and but India is not in NATO country, so it is not mandatory to hear any announcement or that is to obey it. But India also doing this, but. Now that all, but not only India stopped, also other countries, even European countries, the NATO countries, they also was buying a great amount of that is oil, that is refined oil from India. And America also that is not request that it wait on Europe to stop buy refined oil from India, and they are bound to stop that because they are being a part of NATO country, and in other countries also like that. I don't know, but in this regard, India has to stop the selling of refined oil, and India is now bound to stop buying crude oil from Russia also because they have already surplus. They have already bought surplus amount of petrol, that is oil, crude oil, and also after refining, they also in different sector also it is used, and it is a great thing for India has do it already. That we are not crisis of that is this oil, but they had to stop. India had to stop buying because it is not possible to buy more because they could not be sell. That is refined oil in this regard. That the cause behind it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shikha ma'am. Yeah,
Yes.
you are a regular
Thank you.
reader in this session. Yeah.
Yes.
So this article is related to coal fuel, coal, crude oil, natural gases, and refinery products. And the slowdown condition is distributed according to their percentage, and it already mentioned in this article. And you articulate this article is phenomenally, and you add lots of points according to this article. So it was awesome. So thank you so much, Shikha ma'am. So yeah, Arvind sir, please provide your feedback.
Yes.
Shikha ma'am.
Sikha ma'am, yeah, you are very experienced person, and your reading power is great because when you were reading the newspaper that time, very smoothly and very calmly you were reading, and very clearly also. So there is no negative points while reading the newspaper, and also you summarized very well. Okay, so that's very good thing. But I want to add some other things like. That you could summarize like some key points should be there like if you are going to summarize something, so some key points you should explain in your uh, summarization in your summary, just like so what was the cause of the sectors barring that steel, all sectors are getting the slowdown. So what is the main cause? Like, so first cause is monsoon disruption. So because of the monsoon disruption, these coal, crude oil, and natural gas refinery products are, declining in their sale. Okay, and some other points are lower industrial demand, global demands, and maintenance slowdown, shutdowns. Okay, because of the some refineries or some factories are under the maintenance. So because of that, these sectors are slowing down. And why steel is going up while steel is quicken? Because construction is going on. More urbanization is continuously increasing. So that's why steel is growing. Everybody needs steel for their homes, for their factories. So it's really more requirement of the steel. That's why. So these key points should be covered. Okay, you have covered many things. Yeah, I know it. Okay, but this is a summary, so at least you should cover with some key points also. Okay, Sika ma'am, thank you so. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me an
Thank you,
opportunity.
Arvind. Uh,
Thank you so much, Shikha ma'am.
Thank you, Jyotsna
Arvind
Bode.
sir.
Jyotsna, thank you very much because you inspired me a lot.
Oh, okay. So that's my pleasure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Keep joining, keep practicing. Yeah. So next person is Gurbani.
Yes, madam. Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. You are completely audible.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning, madam.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Yes, so
What
actually
is
there
your
are
article
some lot
number?
of yes, madam. It is 5.
5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
May I?
No, please speak loudly, Gurbani. Your voice is so less, slow.
My voice. Can you give me a second? May I join? Rejoin?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Give me a second. Now it is okay, madam.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are completely audible.
Thank you, madam. May I proceed now with my article?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Gurbani. I'm reading article number 5. Flashes in the pan. What are transient lunar phenomena? For centuries, sky gazers have reported seeing peculiar, short-lived events on the moon's surface, from strange flashes of light to hazy glows and patches of unusual color. These fleeting occurrences are called transient lunar phenomena. ATLP can last anywhere from a few seconds to several hours before vanishing. Scientists don't know what they really are or why they happen, but they have interpreted the TLP's existence to mean the moon is more dynamic than they once believed. People have documented reports of these mysterious events for 1,000 years. Even the Apollo's 11 astronaut reported witnessing a luminous glow in 1969. The most common sightings include bright, star-like points of light, reddish or colored glows, and some sort of mist obscuring the view. Some of the most active areas of these phenomena include the Aristarchus and Plato craters. While scientists are still exploring the origin of TLPs, there are a few leading theories. One is the scientists have interpreted the TLP's existence to mean the moon is more dynamic than they once. Sorry, I missed the line. One is the release of gases such as radon and argon from beneath the moon's surface. This outgassing could be triggered by gravitational stresses or the heating of the surface, causing the released gas and dust to glow or reflect sunlight. Another likely cause is meteorite impacts, which are frequent on the moon because it lacks a protective atmosphere. These high velocity collisions can generate a flash of light. Other possibilities include electrostatic phenomena, where lunar dust becomes charged and levitates, and disturbance in the Earth's own atmosphere that distort our view of the moon. So I'm done with my reading part, or now I'm going to summarize it in very short way. This all the article is about the moon's surface or its different phenomena, like we called lunar phenomena, transient lunar phenomena, or actually I'm not getting the article exactly, so I'm really very sorry I'm not able to explain it, even though I didn't get it properly. So please, anyone can help me to summarize it. Madam, I'm done with my
Yeah, yes,
article.
yes. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Gurbani ma'am, for taking part this session. And you read this article calmly. So it was awesome. So I would like to request Arvind sir, please provide your feedback
Yeah,
to
yeah, ma'am.
Gurbani.
Gurmadi, ma'am, yeah, you are not going to summarize it, though there is no problem. But at least you should try, okay? Right?
Yes, sir.
Because it's your article, so at least you should try. And later, other person can help you, okay? Because in the examination where you're going to write something summary, okay, so you have to, at any rate, you have to summarize it, okay? So before choosing the article, at least you should go with the article that according to your interest, okay? so that you can explain it, and you can also boost your confidence also. Okay.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah. So reading part is okay, but 2 or 3 mistakes you have done, like electrostatic, okay, and meteoroid
M-
impacts.
Meteoroid impacts.
Yeah. And one other, it was obscuring. No, yeah, Aris, Aristarchus, right? Try to
Restart.
read. Try to read. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So rest, everything is okay. So, and for the next time, you try to summarize. Okay.
Okay.
Don't ask about the help. Okay. Because
Okay.
everybody has its own answers. That's why we always say that try to register in the website so that you can get article according to your interest. Okay. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
Actually, I thought like this article is related to previous one article. Maybe 1 week ago, I read the article about the supermoon, but
How?
I didn't able to connect it. So that's why I didn't get
Okay. Okay.
exact
Okay.
about the article.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
No
sorry
problem.
for this inconvenient.
It's a related some phenomena related to moon. Okay, so it is saying that some more dynamic. Moon is becoming more dynamic than is believed. And earlier it was thinking that it is not more dynamic, and now it's doing some different. It is showing some different things. That's why it's looking more dynamic. It's about the phenomena, and TLP is that phenomena that is saying about these things, like about the moon, right? It's a
Yes,
lunar
sir.
phenomena. Okay. So thank you. I also know not more than. Okay. Thank you, Jyotsna ma'am, for giving me
Yeah.
opportunity.
Thank you,
Thank
sir
you,
and
sir.
madam.
Thank you, Gurbani. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So I would like to call Sandeep. Sandeep, are you there? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah. So are you ready with your article?
Yes, ma'am. My article number is 10.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you
So
can
can I
start.
start my... Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Sandeep, you are not audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Actually, I'm searching my article. Okay.
Okay.
I got it. First of all, good morning to everyone, all the participant, and
Which
the article of my... Sorry.
article? Please tell the article number.
Okay. My article number is 10. And the title of this article, Chaman border crossing partially reopens after Pak-Afghan ceasefire. The Chaman border crossing between the Pakistan and Afghanistan has partially reopened following a ceasefire between the two countries. After days of violent clashes along the border left several people dead on the both sides. Several Afghan families started crossing the southwestern border in Baluchistan province on the Monday, while the multiple of Afghan-bound uh, containers were also moved. The Chaman border was sealed when the Pakistan and Afghanistan conflict started leaving nearly 400 containers carrying goods from the Karachi port. So stranded at the border, and similar situation was witnessed at the Spain of um, Baltic border, crossing in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwara provinces, and where the containers coming into the Pakistan were the standard and the Chaman Chamber of the Commerce and the Industry President Nafiz Jan Ajkai said since a ceasefire agreement was the finalized between both countries in Doha, the border had been partially uh, reopened since Monday evening. The some 400 containers coming from the Karachi have slowly started crossing into the Afghanistan, while some 500 5 550 families of the around 3,400 individuals have also crossing over. He said the families had come from the Karachi after the being given the reputations orders by authorities, as they were found staying of Karachi without the proper documentations. He said the Pakistani government recently launched rep- uh, rep- repatriations drive, sitting security of the economics concern, promoting of thousands of Afghan to return to their home country. Yeah, my reading part has done. So let's summarize this article. After reading this article, what I understood, actually the summary is very short. Okay, the Chaman border crossing between the Pakistan and Afghanistan has partially reopened following the ceasefire between the two countries after days of violent and clashes along the border of left several people and dead on the both sides. And the similar situation what witnessed is the Spain, the Baldak border of the crossing in the um, Khyber and Pakhtunkhwa provinces, where the um, containers were coming into the Pakistan were stranded. And the Chaman border crossing between the Pakistan and Afghanistan has partially reopened following the ceasefire between the two countries. After days of violent clashes along the border of left several the people dead on the both sides. And several Afghan families started the crossing the southwestern border in the Baluchistan provinces on Monday, October 20, 2025, while the multiple Afghan bound the containers were also moved. And the Chaman border was the sealed when the Pakistan-Afghanistan conflict started, leaving nearly 400 containers carrying goods from the Karachi port of stranded at the borders. Yeah, my summary is done.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandeep.
Hmm.
You read this article with your crystal and clear voice, so it was awesome. And you
Thank you
summarize
so
this
much.
article. Yeah, it was also great.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
yeah. This article says that the Pakistani government launched this activity to drive security and economic concern, and so because of that, the thousands of Afghans to return to their home country. So it is really great news. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining this session, Sandeep.
Ma'am, actually, I have one question. What is the pronunciation of this Pakhtunkhwa? Actually, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Where is this word?
While reading this article, I was seeing
Yeah,
this
Khyber,
mm, Khyber
Khyber,
Pakhtunkhwa.
yes,
Okay,
Pakhtunkhwa.
Pakhtunkhwa.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So thank you so much, Sandeep. So
Mm.
Arvind sir, please provide your feedback to Sandeep. He's not there.
Yeah, Sandeep sir is a really experienced person in reading and explaining. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
there's no mistake in reading
Sir,
part.
he's
And
not there.
I'm not audible.
Sir,
Okay,
he's
he's not.
not there. Sandeep.
Okay, okay, he has left. Okay, okay. I want to say something about just now, ma'am. Can you call
Yeah.
Aman now uh, because
Yes,
Aman
yes.
at that
Okay.
time he was not speaking. He was not able to speak this way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Aman, are you ready with your article? Hello.
Still, he has a problem. Speaking. Okay.
Hello, Aman.
Okay, ma'am. Next participant. Right.
Yeah. Next is Amber, but he's not there. Mukesh, Jugnal, DND, sorry, DND.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Am I au-
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are completely audible.
Okay. So yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I think, is there any background noise coming from my side? Is it okay now?
Yeah, sir. It's totally fine.
Okay, yeah. So should I proceed?
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, my article number is 18. India travels in negotiating a friendless world. For India, the challenge of adapting its foreign policy to emerging global realities is proving to be highly daunting for its foreign policy mandarins. Steeped in the tradition of the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, they seem unable to come to terms with current realities. Adapting India's foreign policy to new global reality is, however, an urgent necessity. With the advent of President Donald Trump in the United States, multilateralism or even plurilateral ways of advancing foreign policy seem to have lost all meanings. India, however, is yet to demonstrate the necessary flexibility to deal with a seemingly friendlyless world in its neighborhood and well beyond. As days goes by, India's trust deficit only seems to be growing and the consequences can be serious. Okay. The view about India. At one level, it would appear that India is losing its geopolitical relevance despite the best efforts of its foreign policy establishment. Undoubtedly, Mr. Trump's pyrotechnics are aggravating the situation, and his constant shifting of goalposts clearly demands extreme nimbleness on the part of the foreign policy establishments. For the present, India's foreign policy mandarins are finding themselves out of step and increasingly isolated in the community of nations. That we should find ourselves in this difficult situation is unfortunate. US policy alone cannot be the reason, for there is much more happening across the world, with India increasingly being seen as the outlier when it comes to situations and events. All this at a time when India's economic heft is growing and it is among the top 5 economies power of the world. Two recent events bring this out in stark detail. Even as the world celebrates the new Gaza peace settlement, a critical breakthrough in the troubled politics of the region, which was largely orchestrated by Mr. Trump and the US with the support of Turkey, Egypt, Qatar and a few other nations. India's absence or exclusion from the process smacks of its growing irrelevance in the politics of West Asia. That countries such as Turkey, which demonstrate a degree of hostility towards India, should have been critical to the process of settlement adds further grist to India's growing irrelevance. India appeared to compound the situation even further by sending the lowest level of representation for the Grand Reconciliation held to celebrate the end of Gaza conflict and the return of peace to West Asia, at which most world leaders were present. For India's across the world, this should be wake-up call, something that needs to be remedied sooner rather than later. Closer home, another signal event where India was a conspicuous absentee was the Genji revolution in Nepal that seemed to spiral out of control. It only seemed to further demonstrate that India's foreign policy lacked both depth and content, even where its vital interests are at stake. The revolution on India's doorstep may have followed a slightly different pattern than the youthful dissent seen in Bangladesh and Indonesia previously. But the fact that India found itself helpless and a mere bystander when tumultuous events were taking place on its doorstep should make discerning observer of the scene sit up and take notice. Additionally, there is a disconcerting strategic angle to India's displacement from the driving seat, with this space being filled by countries not so well disposed, if not inimically inclined towards India. Turkey is a case in point, for during the recent India Pakistan conflict, it was seen siding with Pakistan. Recently, Turkey, along with countries such as Egypt and Iraq, were the toast of West Asia, even as Mr. Trump spread benediction across the entire West Asia. Additionally, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan have signed on to a strategic mutual defense agreement to treat aggression against one as against both, which only seemed to confirm India's position as an outlier in a region where previously Indic influence reigned supreme. All this would suggest that India's foreign policy has not demonstrated adequate ingenuity and flexibility to deal with the many vicissitudes and problems that afflict the region. The situation in the neighborhood. India cannot afford to be complacent. In its immediate neighborhood, the Afghanistan Pakistan conflict threatens peace across a swathe of India's northwest. India may tend to view the attacks by the Afghan Taliban on Pakistani cities as retributive justice, but this would be short-sighted, since Field Marshal Asim Munir effectively took over the reins of power in Pakistan. The threat that Pakistan poses to India and the region has gone up significantly. There is every need to unfang the Pakistan dragon to ensure peace in the region. Being satisfied with the Afghan Taliban's attack on Pakistan rear can provide cold comfort at best. India's efforts should be on how best to create a conducive atmosphere where wars remain the last resort. The rest of India's neighborhood also remains in turmoil, and the challenge before India's diplomats is how to persuade countries such as Bangladesh and Nepal, which are currently perceived as hostile to India, to retrace their steps and make it worthwhile for them to maintain better relations with India. India-Sri Lanka relations are seen like an enigma wrapped in a mystery, while outwardly, India-Sri Lanka relations are on an even keel. It would be a mistake to underestimate the intrinsic potential of countries such as China to muddy the waters. With China, while India's diplomacy may look like work in the progress, it appears more an effort to patch over differences. This is especially so in the context of what may be termed as the current India-China bromance. Since Tianjin, August 25, there has been a tendency in India's diplomatic circles and possibly within the political establishment as well, to gloss over the June 2020 Galwan episode as a mere blip in long-standing China-India ties. The willingness to ignore the realities of a long-standing and fast-festering China-India border problem appears intended to give an impression that peace is at hand. Little, however, has changed on the ground, and the current diplomatic and military exchanges clearly lack candor. Ties with China. Indians have seldom been able to comprehend Chinese elliptical thinking on global and regional issues. Even more so in its diplomatic maneuvers, China India ties today have not returned to the period that existed in 1988. Following Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's highly successful visit to China, there is hence every need for India to be cautious. India would do well to acknowledge that China is a conundrum that is not easily cracked. China's President Xi Jinping is much less a statesman than his predecessors, Deng Xiaoping and Hu Jintao, and India cannot too careful in its dealing with Xi Jinping ke China. China and the US are without doubts presently engaged in a cat and mouse game on tariffs, and Mr. Jinping gambit with immediate and tangible concession for long-term gains, including entering into deals with regard to the resumption of export on rare earth materials to the US, cannot possibly be the model for India to follow or adopt. Also, what India needs to be concerned about is that, friendly or not, China is steadily expanding its influence across much of the region to India's east and adopting devious ways, including proliferation or small business at one level to a growing presence in universities, research centers, and in cyberspace at another to establish its dominance and eclipse India's influence across the region. India's needs to be wary, and it is increasingly becoming evident that as the US influence wanes across much of the world and is steadily being eclipsed in large parts of the Asia, a new China-led order is emerging in East and Southeast Asia. This article hence should be seen as a wake-up call, reiteration of the old adage that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty is important. India's future is assured, but it also depends on how much effort is made to protect its brand of civilization. It is quite distinct and different from that of China, the West, and the Persian Arab variety and other forms of democracy that had held sway over the years. Yes. So, okay. Now it's time to summarize. Okay, so this article is written by M.K. Narayan, and even the writer particularly highlighted some points. And what points even they have highlighted? 3 points even they have mention here. First, they have highlighted the West Asia. Okay. Second one is also talking about the neighborhood, and third about especially to the China, and the last one they have also talked about the conclusion. So first, if we talk about the West Asia, so even what see the drastic change came into the world politics as a diplomatic. So first, we have been even our even the diplomats, not even our foreign minister and all, the world even coming on the same podium, and they were just crying for the multilateralism, okay, for just connect all nation on the a single podium to work together. But the way even the Trump came, and even the advent of Trump could change everything. The way even they have see the West Asia a Gaza peace, where a Turkey, Egypt, and Qatar were called, but on the other hand, India was not abstain. Okay, so I could we could easily see the a tendencies of India's foreign policy. Next, if we see the Gen Z absentee, even he was also highlighting the Gen Z absentee, where the Nepal that a chaos happened, that time even we were absent. And the last one, what he wanna highlight, the trust deficit across the region, especially they were highlighting, he was highlighting the West Asia. Okay, whether the Turkey, the Saudi Arab, the Iran, Egypt, or whatever, even the whatever the rest of the Qatar, UAE, and all. So India is abstaining because of just like a directly approached by the USA and all. So we should like a think how to make our national interest uptick more and more. He was also highlighting the neighborhood after like and yeah, in even in West Asia, while Saudi Arabia and the Pakistan, even they have also signed with mutual defense agreement, okay, but again they have like ignore and overlook India perspective, and even they have already signed the mutual defense agreement and all. So again showing the lack of like what like a depth and the content what he was highlighted. Next he next if we move to the neighborhood, so we have what like we have, if we see from the west, so yes we have like Afghanistan, we have like a Pakistan. If we go to the south we have Sri Lanka, and if we go to the north we have like a Nepal. If we go even from what like a northeast, so we have like a Bangladesh, Myanmar and all. But if we see the policy one by one and even the conflict that is happening, okay, lately and recently we have already tested the fighting against the Pakistan. The conflict is not even since, I think it's happening since 1947. Now if we go to the Afghanistan, yes, like maybe it would be called that like a little bit like what, even like a Pakistan and Afghanistan both are fighting to each other. And even in politics, even in diplomatics, we could say like, as we as we already signed like some deals with the Afghanistan, and what like enemies is like our friends. So yeah, even they would like Afghanistan would could like help bit, but not that much we are talking about. Next if we move to like Nepal, so yes we could also see the Gen Z protests. Even again we were like absentees and overlooked totally. If we move to the like a Bangladesh, we could see the chaos like happen or what like recently in the past, okay. And now even in the Sri Lanka like a totally mystery. So what even writers want to highlight, whether in terms of the neighborhood and even in the terms of the West Asia, what like he highlighted, we are totally overlooked. And if our like the neighborhood neighborhood, like whether like the Pakistan, China, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bangladesh is not stable, and if we are totally overlooked, so this is not even good for us, okay. And easily like a chaos would like is what sparked by some other nation just for their national interest and all, okay. After that they move to the China. We know that if we compare, even like a writer particularly compare the time of like a Rajiv Gandhi in 1988, when Rajiv Gandhi went in China for what like a for closer like friendship and the cordially, even he did. But nowadays even we can't rely on the China, on the other known for just cutting down the diplomacy of like USA. And just for the cutting down of diplomacy of USA, we should also not rely with what like a China and what like a USA. They are what they all are very smart in the diplomatic move, but for us that is like a totally conundrum. And what why writer like a highlighted, yeah, because of the development, the way even they have been dumping and the way they have been working even in the northeast is like the border, like even they have been building university, they have been building research center, they have also building the cyber space and all, to cut down the dominance of northeast state, especially like they have been highlighted what like Arunachal Pradesh and all, and to counter India's dominance. So the conclusion is what like the writer particularly highlighted, if we want a stable diplomacy, so we should cut down the what a dominance of like the USA and China over like our neighborhood, particularly the Pakistan, the Sri Lanka, the Bangladesh, and the Nepal and the rest of the what like the other countries. And next even he also highlighted the West Asia, even the way even while we just fighting with the Pakistan, even the Turkey supported, okay, he provided some weapons and all. So just why Turkey is also as hostility, okay. So we should also rather dependent on any what we know that we are like a non-aligned, not even following. But according to this like diplomacy, M.K. Narayan, as a writer, he wanna highlighted there is some loopholes in our diplomacy. We should think ins and outs and come with some other policies to deal. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, this article is so long, and you read this article so patiently and calmly, and it is also easy to understand. After that, you mention lots of points according to the paragraph and key points. So it was really phenomenal. Yeah, this article is related to um, how to negotiating. Uh, it is necessary to negotiate our neighborhood countries, and Uh, India is facing lots of friendless world, and there are more than 7 countries are available in our neighborhood, and some countries are exceptional. For example, Nepal, Bangladesh, and but some countries they always ready to interrupt, and they never try to negotiate. For example, Pakistan, and so it is a big issue. And uh, without friendship and without negotiate, how can you solve all these problems? Because surviving and maintaining it's not dime a dozen things. So we should try to negotiate and organize the proper meeting according to the issues and solve this problem we put together. So and you already mentioned lots of points. So I'm really appreciate you, Mr. DNA. It was really grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next person is Jugnu. Hello,
Hello,
Jugnu.
good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, finally, my turn came after a long time.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Even, I have been waiting for 1 hour.
Actually, Jugnu, you dropped your name late, that's why.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah. So what
So,
is your
my
article
article
number?
number is 4.
4. Yes, now you can start.
Emphasis fades. Asrani, a master of the comic timing, pass away at 85. Known for his unparalleled comic timing and expressive facile contortions, Govardhan Asrani had the ability to infuse everyday characters with wit and relativity that the that with, withstood the test of time. The veteran comedian passed away in Mumbai on October 20, aged 85, after a prolonged illness. Versatile was his middle name, as he uh, trans- said, translated the typical sidekick astro- astrotype to become a perfect fool for the lead character, blending slapstick subtle style and dramatic depth. Born in a Sindhi family in Jaipur on January 1, 1941, Asrani turned away from the carpet business of his father and wanted to pursue acting. He joined the Film and Television Institute of India under Roshan Taneja, taking the uh, comic baton. He carried his own knives, appearing in more than uh, 400 films. His genuine lay in the turning brief appearance into the memorable moment, combining physical come by with a sharp dialogue uh, delivery. His most popular performance is at the Bumbling Jailer, a parody of the Adolf Hitler and the misplaced scenes of power. The Sole in Asrani's accent Hindi and the signal screen sequence becomes a popular culture staple at the hasn't the lost its charm even 15-year old after its time to crack up the audience. There was much more to him, just a pu- pure way of the Wofner, a dynamic presence in the Hari Sheikh Sheikh Kesh Mukherjee and the Gulzar's movie with his wide-eyed innocence and the goofy smile. Asrani made even stock character come alive with his infectious energy. His popular movie in Cloud, Namak Haram, बारची गुद्दी अभिमान सबसे बड़ा सुख सत्य काम पिया का घर मेरे अपने परिचय कोशिश आरोप among others. In 1988, he turned to his ala, alma mater, and as the principal of FTII helped save his curriculum and remained a guide light. So I am done with it. Now let's summarize it. So recently we had a big loss of the uh, industry of the Bollywood. Mr. Asrani passed away at the age of 85, and it was not a big loss. Even we lost a diamond in a cinema. You know, in he was a inspiration for young generations actor who cannot play the better role and they are just taking role for the money. But if you are making people laugh, that's mean you are a great one, and people are not abusing you and people are admiring all the time, and he was one of them. So Mr. Adrani Ashrani's uh, career, and he was born January 1, 1941, at the in middle family of a Sindhi family in Jaipur. And Asrani's father wanted to him that he would join his business to run his father's and his home, but he was not interested his father's corporate business because he was totally into the acting. So he completed his graduation and from the Jaipur and then moved to the Mumbai in 1960. Then and he joined the FTII. The and then he find himself and he found his character uh, experiences expensive. Oh, sorry. His comedian icon he got to know, but before that he also used to do the work at the All India Radio in Jaipur to save his voice, and then after the FTII he saved himself as a great actor, and first film he got no, and he was also suffering to get a role in film industry because at the moment it was a peak of the Bollywood, and there were so many great actor in the industry, and even he was not able to, no, I cannot say that, He was, but he was not finding the way to come in and join in. So in 1964, he joined the Film Television Institute, and where he owned his craft and graduated in 1966. So his initially struggle after the graduation from the FTIIT, Asrani struggled to find the role, as I have already mentioned about it. Then he got a role in Gujarati movie. The name of the movie was Hare Kanchi Ki Chaudhaniya, from the Chaudhyan, from getting his first Hindi role in Hari Sekesh Mukherjee's Satya Kam. So it was the first movie, and uh, then early 1970s, it was the peak of its journey and his career. So then his comedian timing and the expressive face was noticed by the great actor and director. Then he got a role in Hindi cinema, Mera Apna and Guddi, sorry, stabilized his career, and his all journey. And then he did so many movies for Bollywood. Even one of the most iconic and prime role he played, it was the role of Adolf Hitler in 1975, when uh, he acted a great. And whenever I think about the Asrani, the moment I got to know him, it was 2023, when I saw, maybe around it, when I watched Sole movie. It was my first time and first experience. And then after so many time, I have seen his movies, and the great role he played in this movie, Adolf Hitler. हम अंग्रेजों के जमाने के जेलर हैं. He was a peak line of it. So, and very iconic. Then Then after that, he totally got into this Bollywood and played so many things and so many roles. But he is known for his uh, comedic icon, because he was a side actor, or comedian and voiceover artist as well. Even in the Simba movie, he played a role of the Pakchi words. So these are the most iconic uh, role of his journey. And then the Sole was also the peak of his career, and inspire so many young generations, inspired so many uh, young artists in the Hollywood. Yes, and we had a big loss of Mr. Ranis. Yes, I am done.
Yeah,
And
thank you
we
so
will
much, Jugnu.
remember him not as an actor, even who made us laugh. And whenever we will
Yeah,
talk about
humorous.
Mr.
Hmm.
Azrani, his great icon would light up.
Yeah, he's the iconic comedian in Bollywood industries, and yeah, so now he's no more, and he presented lots of comic role in the movies, and yeah, it's really phenomenal. So thank you so
Yes.
much, Jugnu. You already add lots of point related to article and beyond the article, so it was really commendable. and you explained in detail the whole character of Asrani. So thank you so much. So thank you for joining and participating. So yeah.
Yes, you're
So
welcome,
now
ma'am.
time, yeah. So that's my pleasure. So it's time to stop this session. Yeah. So thank you for participating and joining regularly. So this session is really important. So join regularly. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Again.